Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down probably one of the simplest and easiest trading strategies out there. And this is the Asia range strategy. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down all the criteria for you. And then we're going to be going over a couple of examples as well, so you can get to grips with it. And then you can go off, backtest this for yourself and see if this is something that can work for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and break down the criteria of this strategy, the management, the timeframes, the sessions, the pairs, and any other advanced concepts as well that you might apply. So the Asia range strategy, what is this? So essentially, it is what it says on the tin. It is the range within Asia session, which typically forms at least UK time from midnight until 6 a.m. At least that's the time zones that I use. That 6-hour range during Asia. And then upon that, we look to trade the reversal in London and Frankfurt open as well. So the criteria for this strategy is as follows. You need aligned timeframes. So what that means is daily 4-hour and 1-hour alignment. So if we're looking for longs, the daily has to be bullish, the 4-hour has to be bullish, and the 1-hour has to be bullish as well. Coupled with this, I want to see some POIs. So I want to see price trade and reject some POIs, whether that's on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1-hour. You get the picture. I just want to see some level of POI, some level of interest. Number 3 is going to be a liquidity sweep, so a simple grab of a previous high or low. That's as basic as you need to keep it. And then a market shift to the downside or to the upside. So, a breaking the bearish trend or breaking the bullish trend with some form of momentum. Now, the management for this strategy is going to be as follows. We're going to be entering on the 50% of the MS, so the leg that breaks previous market structure. We're going to take the 50% of that leg, and that's going to be where our entry is set. And then we're going to have a simple 2-to-1 risk to reward. You can stretch this to opposing liquidity, so opposing Asia, high or low. Again, that's something you'll have to test for yourself and find what is optimal for you. But very often, the 2-to-1 risk to reward is going to be a bog standard, very simple for the vast majority of people. And then this is going to be simply set and forget. So price is either going to hit your stop loss or your TP. You are not going to be doing any active management within this strategy. Along with this, no red folder news. So I'm not trading high impact news announcements during London. Timeframes that we're going to be using, the daily, the 4-hour and the 1-hour 4-hour bias. And then the entry is going to come from the 5-minute chart. Sessions that we're going to be trading, it is going to be London and Frankfurt. So Frankfurt is essentially just the hour pre-London. And then the pairs that you're going to be trading is EU and GU, so Euro USD and GBP USD. Couple of advanced concepts that you can apply later down the line if needs be. And if that's something you are curious about, you can have SMT with GU and DXY, which is essentially just divergence between GU and EU or DXY and EU. And then as well as that, you have dealing ranges. So if you want to delve deeper into premium discount zones, this is something you can do as well. So that is going to be the bulk of the strategy. Very, very simple. And now let's go ahead and jump into FX Replay. So FX Replay is the backtesting software that I use. If you want 15% off, just use code ACFX, shameless plug. But again, I have used this for many, many years, and it's probably one of the best out there, without a doubt. So we have this trade on Euro USD. This was from the 29th of May 2023. Entry came at 20 past 8. So looking back at the criteria, what are we looking for? So first criteria is aligned timeframes. So we jump to the daily, and I will remove this from the daily chart. So what we can see on the daily is that price is clearly bearish. Like price is clearly moving to the downside here. So that's fine. Bearish daily, what does the 4 hour look like? Again, 4 hour trending lower, lower lows, lower highs, clearly bearish price action. So that's second alignment. And then we're looking for the 1 hour as well, which again, higher lows, lower lows, excuse me, and lower lows, lower highs, sorry, and lower lows as well. So that's the third alignment. So all three timeframes are aligned. So that's great. So what do? We look for, move that camera back down. We look for now our two key POIs and a liquidity sweep. So on the M15 here, I like to frame my trades on the M15, and I like to look for the POIs on the M15 as well. And as you can see on here, we had this high here and this M15 fair value gap as well, which was, we did see a nice reaction from and a failure to close above. So that's still valid in my eyes. And then we have our Asia range, Monday Asia range open, and we are drawn towards these buy side liquidity regions, and this POI price slowly trickles higher. Again, if you are not identifying these key POIs, you can simply take these shorts here when you would have been stopped out early. So this is why it's very important to look for a sweep of buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity, and to look for a clear higher time frame POI as well. So what did we see coming into Frankfurt Open? Frankfurt Open just about swept this buy side liquidity, not too heavy of a sweep. So patience still needed. And then coming into sort of later into Frankfurt Open, we had our POI mitigation, and then we had price sell off aggressively, breaking market structure, which again, we had that market structure shift. And now what are we looking for? We're looking for a simple entry on the 50% of the MS. So that's where I drew my fib from. I'll draw that again from this high up here, and then from this low down here as well. You can also identify this as a market shift as well. That's going to be somewhat discretionary, but you know, this was the market shift that I identified, and it was a clear V-shaped recovery. So we had a big bullish move and then a big bearish move, essentially capitulating that whole bullish leg. And then we saw again entry set on the 50% with stops just above the highs, and then you are going to simply set and forget this one. Again, this one did come down to Asia low, which is nice relative equal lows here. But again, a simple 2-to-1 strategy. 2-to-1 TP is all that you need. So that is going to be the Asia range strategy. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it made sense. It's a very, very simple strategy. There's a lot you can do with it. So go ahead and backtest this for yourself. Find out, you know, what works, what fits your psychology and your personality, and then refine it. See how you get on. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.